Mortal Shell 2 takes everything Cold Symmetry learned from its predecessor and scales it up considerably. Featuring a longer campaign, new combat tools, and an exorbitance of new dungeons, the sequel looks near unrecognizable from the first game. That said, there are a handful of noted concerns following the game's recent open beta. We'll get into those and more. So here are 13 things you need to know before deciding whether to buy Mortal Shell 2. You don't need to have played the original. Even though Mortal Shell 2 looks like it's emerging from the same dark fantasy aesthetic as its predecessor, Studio Cold Symmetry has crafted a complete standalone entry here, meaning you don't need to have played the original to enjoy the sequel. Mechanics and gameplay reminiscent of the first game accompany the familiar visuals, pleasing veterans in the process, but there's also plenty that's changed. Check out our 15 biggest differences feature to be in the know. A longer campaign expected. That said, a speculative difference we didn't highlight in the other feature was Mortal Shell 2's campaign length. Given the sequel's scope and ambition, a mainline campaign taking roughly 30 hours is to be expected. If true, it would be double the original's 15-hour runtime. No difficulty settings. In true Souls-like fashion, Mortal Shell 2's settings don't include options to adjust difficulty. Now, From Software has resisted calls to embed difficulty sliders into their own games, instead incorporating customization options, so you can, at least, augment the challenge. Cold Symmetry appears to be following suit by offering a fixed challenge in Mortal Shell 2 that can be modified to your playstyle through a suite of build crafting tools. Again, you'll need to see our 15 biggest differences featured to know what these exact tools are. New shell, Proxima the Broodseeker, is unlike any other. Of the sequel's speculative new shells, only one has been confirmed so far, Proxima the Broodseeker, and she's not like any other shell in the game. The horned, fully armored outfit epitomizes Mortal Shell 2's newfound emphasis on aggression-first combat, with a specialized hook designed to claw opponents into close-range follow-ups. Elsewhere, if Proxima takes damage, she becomes heightened, amplifying her power at the risk of sudden death. She's a bigger risk, bigger reward kind of shell, with a devastating elemental lightning strike looking especially useful when her back's against the wall. 4 new weapon classes. Mortal Shell 2's new weapon classes meaningfully expand your combat options while supporting the sequel's aggressive fighting style. The Axe and Dagger, for instance, is a fast, fluid, and relentless dual-wielded option, while Black Needle is a pointed spear for long-reach precision. The formidably sharp Clockwork Scythe comes with an intriguing description, the ambitious instrument of a madman or genius. The Battle Axe is a hefty two-handed cleaver built for cutting bones. Experimenting with specific shells and sidearms, Mortal Shell 2's expanded arsenal looks capable of all manner of synergies. New sidearms expand tactical options. One of the sequel's standout features are the new sidearms, broadening your arsenal with tactical range. The 7 incoming each bear their own distinction too, meaning they'll pair well with specific shells and weapons. The Forgotten Crossbow fires, unsurprisingly, arrows, while the Nationalot blasts nail clusters akin to a shotgun. The Triarch Repeater evokes a medieval machine gun, with the salvaged Trebuchet, Cursed Child, and Caged Hysterics supporting their own unique playstyles. Available in the beta, the Troubadour's loot weaponizes musical motifs to disengage an enemy, providing a strange, somewhat pacifistic option. Contains more than 60 handcrafted dungeons. Scattered throughout the sequel's world are more than 60 handcrafted dungeons, each set to offer an opportunity to discover loot, upgrade materials, and hidden data, all whilst tackling a gauntlet of enemies. You see, instead of procedurally generated content, Cold Symmetry is emphasizing bespoke dungeon design. Exactly how lengthy or complex these challenges are remains to be seen, but the sheer number at least points to plenty of reasons to venture off the beaten path. Bosses are larger and more mechanically demanding. Compared to the first game, Mortal Shell 2's bosses are visually larger and purportedly more mechanically demanding. Featuring more complex attack patterns, enhanced combinations, and a visually arresting design, the sequel's bosses each look like meaningful tests of the game's refined combat systems. However, there's a community-led caveat. Opinion, so far, is divided on whether scale and demand tangibly increase the challenge. We'll of course just have to wait until launch day. GeForce RTX players can take advantage of modern PC tech. As confirmed by Nvidia following the sequel's open beta, PC enhancements for GeForce RTX players include DLSS super resolution and multi-frame generation, maximizing frame rates while maintaining native image quality. Elsewhere, PC players can activate ray trace reflections and global illumination, boosting the grimdark world's lifelikeness and immersion. Notable open beta feedback. Browsing through the game's Steam community forum, the same open beta feedback crops up repeatedly. These include unappealing camera motion, dim lighting, airy sound design, unnatural character movement when locked onto enemies, a lack of sword combos, and a dearth of accessibility options. The studio's responses, however, offer reassurance. The devs are aware, they say, and are looking at fixes for the most widespread concerns, to include in a day one patch. Of course, there's no guarantee everything can be addressed in time. Open beta demo still available on Steam. The impact the open beta's most common concerns will have on you will vary, but if you're eager to find out, then the sequel's beta demo is still available for PC players via the game's Steam page. On the whole, however, the sequel's sweeping changes have been met with positivity, so the demo is the best way to check it out for yourself before you buy. Covering the first 3 hours, with progression carrying over to the full game, Mortal Shell 2's demo offers a meaningful taster of what's to come. Release date, platforms, and price. Mortal Shell 2 is set for global release on August 20th, with PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam the playable platforms here. The standard digital edition is retailing at $49.99, and whether you pre-ordered ahead of launch, you'll unlock a couple of bonus cosmetics, the Skeletal Harbinger skin and Obsidian Harbinger skin. Elsewhere, PS5 Pro players will be able to enjoy enhancements specific to Sony's more premium home console. PC requirements. To comfortably play Mortal Shell 2 on your PC, you'll need an Intel Core i7-10700K or AMD Ryzen 5 3600 processor at a minimum, operated at 3.8 GHz or 3.6 GHz respectively. Now, graphics-wise, you'll need a GeForce RTX 2060 Super 8GB or Radeon RX 6600 8GB, plus 16GB of RAM. The required storage space, however, isn't as large as you might think, with 30GB outlined on the game's Steam page. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.